Before we go into all the cultural nuances of Namaste Yoga, we do want to say that our culture is thousands of years old. We're not going to be able to talk about every single little detail. I guess the way that I would put it is like saying that we'd be able to cover every single university course that was ever developed in a 5-minute video. Is there anything else that you guys want to kind of say to that as well?
Probably just that everyone's experience of Hinduism and Bharatanatyam is so varied and different. So these are just our voices, I suppose, that are perhaps reflect our different journeys.
प्रपञ्चमे शिवं शिवं सदा शिवम्.
My name's Ravi Chand. I am the writer, director, producer of Namaste Yoga. I got here with me 3 wonderful people. I'll just get you to introduce yourselves.
I'm Govind Pillai, Bharatanatyam dancer and teacher and director of Karma Dance, learned under Guru Srimati Hamsa Venkat.
I'm Rukshikaa Elankumaran. I learn under Guru Srimati Meena Elankumaran, who is also my mother, at Narayanali Academy.
I'm Manjusha Manjusha. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I learnt under Srimati Sridevi, Srimati Rajkumar, and Srimati Dr. Rama Rao as well.
Yeah, we'd also like to acknowledge Shriraam Theiventhiran. He was co-choreographer for the scenes in Namaste Yoga and did pretty much all of the teaching of the students and the dancers on this set. So he's got lineage through Guru Srimati Padma Subramaniam and others. So just a privilege to have worked with.
And he has a wonderful dance school called Srinityam. So he's a teacher and choreographer and a director of his own school as well.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job with the kids. They have no dance experience whatsoever. We are very mindful of helping them to learn the routine as much as possible, but also not overwhelm them as kids. Our number one priority was always the safety and the welfare of the kids as well.
So I guess we can start by saying that her Udyanam is not there.
And what's the Udyanam?
Udyanam is a belt that you wear on top of your costume. So it's part of like the jewelry aspect of the Bharatanatyam costume.
It's like a golden belt.
It's like a golden belt that goes around your waist effectively.
The costume that she's wearing, and if I compare it to what Radha wears later on, you can see that generational gap because it's a lot more minimalistic and there's less going on. And in terms of like the seat is also like a brocade print, which normally it's like a current trend that it's worn. And it's a lot more simple because it's really hard to put a Bharatanatyam outfit together. So it shows the fact that her mum's not there with her and like this is sort of all she could put together for herself.
And typically there may be bells on the feet as well, which is another element that she doesn't have in this costume.
It's really sad actually when you think about it, is that this poor little girl, this is a dance that was taught to her by her mother. She hasn't performed this because her mother has passed away. This is the first time ever in 9 months that she's coming to perform this, and she doesn't have her mother there to help her get ready to go through that routine that she normally does. And so that'd be a really heartbreaking thing as a kid. That comes from also me, when my mother passed away, there were so many routines I had with her. Like as a kid, your little body isn't able to handle that much sorrow, like it doesn't know to do. So that nervousness of her performing and not having everything there is signified by mum not being there.
And it's also interesting because I guess for us as dancers, I think all of us have this experience when we put our costume on and start getting dressed for performances. It's such a community process. You have your mums, your aunties, the elders, the senior students, the teacher check your costume before you go on stage, just to make sure something's not missing. And everyone has something like, oh, fix your eyeliner here. Like, oh, you didn't tie it tight enough, and then someone will tie it tighter. I just think it's one of those things that it's so heartbreaking to see with like an incomplete costume. You know that someone's missing, like something's missing, And even till date, my mum will be there behind stage preparing costumes for me, like making sure everything is set. So I think it's definitely a thing.